Some mysteries refuse to die. Some leave behind questions that can never be answered. This is one of those stories. Her name was Emily Carter, 28 years old, an investigative journalist with a reputation for chasing stories no one else would touch. In October of 2019, she drove into a small town in the Pacific Northwest called Blackwater Pines. She was never seen again. Blackwater Pines is the kind of place most maps barely acknowledge. 2 roads in, 1 road out. A town that has, by most accounts, learned to keep its mouth shut. Over the past 40 years, 11 people have vanished from this town and the woods that surround it. No bodies, no suspects, no answers. Emily Carter came here to find out why. What she found, we may never fully know. This is the story of her final investigation. It began, as so many of Emily's stories did, with a letter. Postmarked September 14th, 2019. No return address, no signature, just 6 typewritten lines and the name of a town she had never heard of. For most reporters, an anonymous tip is a dead end. For Emily, it was an invitation. She spent the next 3 weeks pulling records. Census data, police blotters, old newspaper archives that had never been digitized. What she found was a pattern that no one, not the state police, not the FBI, had ever publicly connected. 11 people, 40 years, all last seen within a 12-mile radius of Blackwater Pines.
October 14th. Day 3 in Blackwater Pines.
Emily kept a video journal from the moment she arrived. Most of what we know about her last days comes from these tapes. She checked into the only motel in town, 6 rooms. She was the only guest. From the beginning, she noted that something about Blackwater Pines felt wrong. Residents would not speak on camera. Most would not speak at all. The diner went silent the moment she walked in. The sheriff declined to be interviewed. The mayor's office did not return her calls. The town historian closed the door in her face. On her 4th day, an elderly woman approached her outside the general store. The exchange lasted less than 30 seconds.
Some things in Blackwater Pines should stay buried.
The woman walked away before Emily could ask her name. She would never see her again. That night, Emily logged what she had learned. 11 names, 11 dates. No bodies recovered, no suspects ever charged, and one detail she could not stop returning to. Every disappearance had occurred in October. On the morning of October 15th, Emily drove 8 miles north of town to a place locals refused to discuss. An abandoned ranger station, boarded up since 1997. The year a forest ranger named Daniel Hovis walked into these woods and never came out. What Emily found inside had been waiting for 22 years. Stacks of journals, topographical maps pinned across every wall, hand-drawn symbols circling specific clearings, ridges, and one location underlined 3 times: the old Blackwater Mine. Daniel Hovis had been investigating the disappearances on his own, quietly, for years. His final journal entry was dated October 9th, 1997. The handwriting on the last page is rushed, pressed hard enough to tear the paper. It read, "I know who's responsible. If you're reading this, don't go near the old mine." Emily photographed every page, every map, every symbol. She uploaded the files to a cloud server that night. It is the only reason we have them at all.
Whoever the ranger was afraid of, they were here long before him. And I think they're still here.
The next morning, she launched a drone over the ridge above the mine. At an altitude of 400 feet, the camera captured something Emily could not explain. A figure, standing motionless at the edge of the trees, looking up. Emily zoomed in, and the figure was gone. The footage shows no movement, no running, no retreat into the trees. One frame, he is there. The next, he is not. On the afternoon of October 17th, 2019, Emily Carter made the decision that would end her investigation and, almost certainly, her life. She left a voicemail for her editor at 4:12 p.m. She said she had found something. She said she would call back by sundown. She never called back.
Okay, I'm at the entrance. The gate's been cut.
The Blackwater mine had been sealed by the state in 1981. According to public records, no one had been inside in nearly 40 years. The footage from inside is fragmented. Her flashlight beam moves quickly. Her breathing is audible. Roughly 200 feet in, the tunnel widens into a chamber. And in that chamber, Emily found what no one was supposed to find. Personal belongings. Dozens of them. A child's sneaker. A wedding ring. A wristwatch stopped at 6:42. A press badge. Photographs pinned to the walls. 11 faces. The missing of Blackwater pines. And beyond the chamber, a door. Steel. Recently hinged. Not a relic, not abandoned. Emily opened it. The room beyond was small. Concrete. A single chair. A table. And on the table, a tape recorder, already cued. She pressed play. They'll never stop looking. But they'll never find the truth. And then, from somewhere behind her, footsteps. Slow. Deliberate. Closer than they should have been. Emily ran. For 11 seconds, the camera records only motion and breath. And then, the footage cuts out. Emily Carter was reported missing on October 19th, 2019, when she failed to return her rental car.
No one answered the phone.
Her vehicle was located the following morning, parked neatly at the trailhead near the old mine.
The door was locked.
Doors locked, keys
No forced
on the
entry.
driver's seat. Her camera was found 70 yards into the forest.
This is Exhibit 1.
The memory card
The
was
camera
intact.
lens was already
The
broken
lens
when it
was
was found.
cracked. There was no sign of struggle,
Any
no
luck?
footprints leading
Not
away,
yet.
no blood. Search teams combed 60 square miles of forest for 19 days. K9 units, helicopters, volunteers from 3 counties.
Easy, boy.
They
Stay
found
on the
nothing.
trail. You got
Not a
this.
thread of clothing,
Keep your nose down.
not a footprint, not a single
I
trace.
just want to disappear
The
into
anonymous
the
letter
forest.
that had drawn her to Blackwater
one with the
Pines
mist and
was
the
sent to a
leaves.
forensic lab in Seattle. The paper was untraceable. The typewriter never identified. Within 2 months, the case
know what to
file on
make of
Emily
this.
Carter joined 10 others in a drawer at the county sheriff's office. She became the 11th. For nearly 4 years, the footage Emily Carter recorded sat untouched in an evidence locker. In the spring of 2023, our production team was granted access to her tapes for the purposes of this documentary. What we found, frame by frame, was something investigators had missed. In the diner, on her second day, a man sits 2 booths behind her. His face is partially turned. Most viewers would not notice him. Outside the general store, the moment
make a
after the
choice.
elderly woman walks away,
And once you do,
he is across the
there's
street.
no going back.
watching. At the abandoned ranger station, in the reflection of a cracked window, he is behind her, inside the tree line. In the drone footage above the mine,
The
the
final
same
frame.
posture,
The final match.
the same coat,
Frame counter.
and in the final 11
One.
seconds of her helmet cam,
Frame
as
counter.
Emily ran toward the
2.
light of the tunnel mouth.
Frame counter.
The 3
3.
frames, behind her,
正在分析
a
面部
face,
特征，置信
the
度
same man.
47%。
in every place she had been. We enhanced the
Target
final
acquired.
frame as far as the technology would allow. This is his face.
We do not know his name.
We do not know if he is still in Blackwater Pines.
Locked.
We do not know how many others there have been before
I
Emily,
will not let you down.
or how many there will be
I will
after.
complete the mission.
Some mysteries
I will
refuse
not
to
let you
die.
down.
And some
I will complete the mission.
Were never meant to be solved.